What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Cool, y'all come on in. What's up, Helenice? What's up, everybody? Y'all come on in. Do a little group sharing here, and we'll get started after that. What's up, Tiffany? Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. We'll give another minute, y'all, and we'll get started. How about that? We're gonna get started. What's up, Ashley? What's up, Alexis? What's up, QV? What's up, King? What's up, Lava? All right. How about we begin? How about we begin? The title of this lecture is called The Darkening. The Darkening. So let's talk about this. What is this? You know, this popped up in the movie and anime, The Dark Crystal, right? You know, the cartoon series. What's up, shit? Cartoon series, Dark Crystal, right? So they talked about the concept of the darkening. You see what I'm saying? What is the darkening? It is the raw dark force or melanin of the planet. But it's the destructive aspects of the melanin of the planet. It's the hurricanes, it's the storms, it's the droughts, it's the earthquakes, it's the volcano eruptions, it's the decay, it's the global decaying. You see what I'm saying? The rusting, all of these things. See what I'm saying? What's up, John? All of these things. This was what the darkening is composed of, right? This melanin, this raw melanin force. So, you see what I'm saying? Typhoons, you know, tsunamis, twisters, you know, depending on what region you live in. This is what you got going on, right? So, what's up, Lindy? What's up, Javon? So, this is what you got going on here. So now, what's happening? Why is this going down? Why is this going down? Because the planet is imbalanced. Usually, the darkening is counterbalanced with the light. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? The light side. What is the light side? The light side is the sunny days. You know, the breezy wind. You know, it's the everything you love about a day. You see what I'm saying? The birds chirping. You know, the healthiness of the trees. You know, just a healthy natural state of the environment and ecosystem of the day. What's up, Anthony? What's up, Travis? That's the light side. You see what I'm saying? The lightning. You see what I'm saying? The enlightening side of the planet. But the darkening is all the things, all the dark secrets of the planet and dark forces of the planet that reside in all her dimensional layers. Because remember, Mother Earth is a dimensional set of layers. You see what I'm saying? You got a Gotha, which is pretty much which makes up the multi-dimensional network of the inner Earth. Then you got the surface level, which has many names depending on what continents you on. But we all know collectively, all the continents collectively is Pangea. See what I'm saying? You got the oceans. You see what I'm saying? You got the oceans of the planet, which we all know is the aqua world. You see what I'm saying? The aqua system, or the aquatic ecosystem, as we also call it. See what I'm saying? We're all in type of the intelligent beings, aquaterrestrials, so on and so forth live. So it's multiple dimensional layers, and then you get up into the sky, and you actually have the sky realms, where you deal with the Triperta, the sky cities, and all that operates just outside of our dimensional space. That's why you never see those sky cities. And then you got space. You see what I'm saying? You got space. Space operates a little differently as well. You know, you got starships and everything, and different planetary forces and everything, universal forces. So it's multiple dimensional aspects to any one planet or plane of existence. You see what I'm saying? It's not just one thing or one energy as we've been taught. You know, they only talk about the surface, but you got the inner world, or what that deals with the interterrestrials. You got the surface world, which is us, the terrestrials, and then you got the seas, which is the aquaterrestrials. Then you got the beings in the sky, like the air elementals and all those other beings in the sky that live in the sky. Those are your so-called your air terrestrials. And then you even got beings that live in volcanoes. You know, those are like your salamanders, your fire beings, your dragons, and everybody. They usually live in volcanoes, in the magma cities in those realms. You see what I'm saying? So those are like your fire terrestrials. You know, then you got your gnomes and your goblins and your dwarfs. Those are usually earth terrestrials. No, they help build the earth, and of course, I already talked about aquaterrestrials. So then you got even beings that live in the lightning. You see what I'm saying? Everything has an intelligence. See what I'm saying? All these intelligences have their own systems of doing things. So you even got beings living in lightning, inside of lightning. Because atoms are beings. You see what I'm saying? Because atoms are universes. And all those universes contain intelligent life, believe it or not. So you have beings in both the miniature microcosm all the way up to the grandiose macrocosm. You see what I'm saying? So this is what we got going on here. Well, the darkening affects all of our planet. You see what I'm saying? All of our planet. So it's all the negative forces or dark demonic forces of our planet in all of its forms. Both fire, air, earth, water, and the fifth elements like lightning, plasma, heat. You see what I'm saying? So on and so forth. Magnetism, so on and so forth. Those usually composed of the fifth elements there. See what I'm saying? They usually go into the fifth element, lightning, electromagnetism. See what I'm saying? And there's one more. You got electromagnetism, gravity, all that. You know, all those fundamental forces of nature that you've heard so much about make up their own. They have their own disastrous side. Like, say, for example, if you jump off a cliff and you can't fly, you're done. See what I'm saying? So there's gravity. If you get struck by lightning and you don't have the ability to repel lightning, you're done. You see what I'm saying? If you walk up to a magnetic, if you get sucked into a magnetic room and you don't have the ability to manipulate magnetism, then you're done. You see what I'm saying? Because that magnetic energy is gonna start to fold in on you, compress on you, right? So then you got weak force, strong force, and then you got the field force, which is quintessence. You know. So you get deep and deeper. So the darkening composes of all those negative aspects in many different forms, whether it's a tornado, a hurricane, an earthquake, like I said, droughts, and it can come in many different forms because the darkening comes in all elements. You see what I'm saying? It's melanin. It's the destructive side of melanin, because you got creative melanin, operational melanin, and then you got destructive melanin. Just like you got creative light, operational light, and destructive light. You see what I'm saying? So you got those aspects. So now I got a video for y'all that goes in on what the darkening is. Or a few videos actually. So let's get into those. What is the darkening? It's a little bright there. Let me just turn down the brightness and we're good to go. Come on now. There you go.
Skeksis cracked the crystal. They did much more than allow massive earthquakes, cause the shard to be lost, and heavily damage the heart of Thra. It unleashed something called the Darkening, a noxious energy released by the crystal continuously every time it was abused. The Darkening took on the form of a sparkling, crackling energy, either purple or black in color, and it would destroy plant life and infest animals with a maddening sickness that would eventually kill them. For ages, it was kept at bay by the great trees of Thra, but its power ultimately became far too great. Utilizing his tiny crystal, which was a smaller version of the heart of Thra, the Emperor Skekso learned to summon and even control this evil energy. His experiments not only led to new scientific discoveries, but also sped up the process of his death, because the truth of the matter was, he was actually absorbing the dying energy of the crystal. However, an interesting fact about the darkening is that realistically, this energy has always existed. In Skekra and Ergo's puppet show, they actually make a mistake by saying that the crack in the crystal is what caused the darkening. But this could not be the case for one very simple reason. In science, we know that energy cannot be created and it cannot be destroyed. So what this means is, the darkening in reality has always existed in Thra. It was just a matter of if it was to be released. And this tells us a lot about the planet itself, because just like a living being, it has good energy and evil energy. And this is precisely why the balance of Thra is so important, because the darkening itself is an organic part of the Earth, and if it is allowed to take control and spread like a virus, it will literally consume the planet, because it is the planet. Just like a river, it can freeze or it can flow. One is deadly, and one brings life. Both are natural. In Age of Resistance Season 2, I am very interested to see just how the entire cast will handle this devastating force. How far will the Emperor's experiments go? What kind of power will he obtain next? And how will the Resistance cure Deet from this sickness? How and where will they transfer this energy to? And can they even do it? Because to fight the darkening is to fight Thra itself. Well, my friends, that's going to do it for today's video. Now it's time for you guys to leave all of your thoughts and opinions down below in the Great White Void. And as always, until next we meet, take care, and remember, for Thra!
Now, the darkening, first of all, what is the dark crystal? The dark crystal is the world soul. See what I'm saying? It's the essence of the planet. And in that form, it would be the world turtle in our world called Kia. K-E-Y-A, Kia, the world turtle. That's in the form it usually takes. What's up, Shaq? What's up, Drea? It's in the form it takes. So, they just told you that the darkness is an organic aspect of life. Where there's sunny days, you have rainy days. Where there's happiness and joy, you also have sadness and anger. Where there's healthiness and vigor, you also have sickness and disease. You see what I'm saying? It's a balance of all the energies, right? That's why balance is so important. And what is balance? What is the definition of balance? It's an equal distribution of weight, so that things can stay upright and steady, or simply stable. You see what I'm saying? The Jed pillar. That's why I did the Jedi lecture yesterday, so we can get it, so we can understand the point of balance. You see what I'm saying? The Jed was all about balance, transformation, solitude, stability, and ascension. You see what I'm saying? Because the more stable you are, the more androgynous you become, the more holistic you become, the more you ascend naturally. You see what I'm saying? The more you ascend naturally. So now, this is what's going on. The darkness is literally an organic aspect of life. Now, when we kill the light, the young energies on the planet, or we're resurrection, or if there's too much young and we're resurrecting the yin, or we kill the young and there's too much yin, and so and vice versa, then the planet becomes out of balance, and there's usually either too much enlightening or too much darkening. In this case, since how everybody's been leaning too much towards the light side with the patriarchy and bullshit they've been going on, the feminine energy is rising back up in the form of the darkening. You see what I'm saying? Because she's been suppressed. She's not being allowed to regenerate and resurrect properly. So she comes in the form of the darkening. Disease, destruction, ruin, decay, pain, suffering, and so on and so forth. Unless you are in balance with the planet, because you have these forces inside you too. You have yin and yang forces inside of you too. So you have to learn to balance those forces in your heart. Well, actually, they start off in your gut, your heart, and then your mind. You see what I'm saying? Then your mind. So now, they showed you a few things. We're gonna look at it from the point of view of the Emperor, and then we're gonna look at it from the point of view of Deet. You see what I'm saying? They showed you a few things. So let's do the Emperor first. Let's go and get him out of the way. We'll talk about it, because they two sides of the same coin. So let's get it. No, it's a lot darker now.
You will soon understand why I have struck our new alliance. What is this place? Behold the darkening. You decree there is no dark. I lied. It grows day by day. Its veins creep across the land, blighting all it touches. It's purple. It is power. Pure. Raw. It has only spread faster since we began training Gelfling. That is why I have given the caves and brought back to the Arathim. The caves are infected. The darkening will consume the Arathim. Now you see, the caves will not be a home for the Arathim. It will be their grave. You can control it. Not yet. On my scepter I hold a crystal, much smaller than the crystal of truth, but gifted with its own unique power. In time, I will use this crystal to harness the light of the darkening for our greater glory. Exposure to the darkening is not without consequences. It destroys, corrupts my body as it does all of Thra. True power demands sacrifice. Command me, sire. Choose the strongest Gelfling from our cages and give the Ascendancy what they demand. Then bring Stone in the Wood to his knees. And never forget, there is absolutely nothing in this world that does not bend to my will. Yes, memorable.
So now, he's trying to harness the power of the darkening. But the darkening, by its very nature, the destructive aspects of melanin, corrupts. You see what I'm saying? So even him trying to harness it is corrupting his very being. You see what I'm saying? Fucking his ass up for the most part. But in return for that corruption, he's getting all this power. You see what I'm saying? He's harnessing it through a crystal. You see what I'm saying? That he has. You know, so this is what you got going on here. Crystals of consciousness, just frozen consciousness. They're frozen, condensed, concentrated consciousness, to be precise. So now, this motherfucker is trying to harness this shit so he can fuck the world up. So that's why he assisted in fucking the world up. The Skeksis, right? Cause see, now the darkening is just one aspect of what? The force, the life force of the planet. You see what I'm saying? Then you got the enlightening. You're gonna see what the enlightening is in just a second. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna see what the enlightening is in just a second. When we start talking about Deet, you see what I'm saying? We start talking about Deet. And we start talking about Deet as she gains her, she gained the light first, and then she tapped into the darkness, right? You see what I'm saying? So what we got going on here? What's happening here is this being, these beings are not even from the planet. They invaders, so they archons. And they just separate themselves from themselves, so they living in duality. One aspect is the angelic cells, which is the mystics, and they the demonic side, the vampiric side, the archons. You see what I'm saying? So this is the story of Yaldabaoth and how they came to our planet, or created this matrix in a way. They said they came to our planet, but they actually created this matrix from the jump and start fucking shit up. You see what I'm saying? And start pumping in more and more deficiencies so they can continue to feed off us as time went on. See what I'm saying? So yeah. So yeah, hold on for a second. Yeah. There we go. Let's see here. I think that's it.
It's alright!
I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. So, Yes, the Emperor just want to fuck shit up. He just want to corrupt. He want to destroy. He want to maim. He want to kill. He just want to fuck shit up for the most part, right? And so, this is what this darkening can do. You see what I'm saying? This is what this darkening can do. It can literally fuck this shit up. And that's what's happening. The darkening has been unleashed because Mother Earth can't find balance on the planet because these archons keep vamping her and us, simultaneously. They're not just vamping us, they vamping the planet. So they vamping her soul too, her life force as well. So she can't find balance, so she released the darkening. And that's why all these storms and everything out of control is happening. You see what I'm saying? All these earthquakes, all this disease, all this ruin. But still the people are ignoring what's happening in nature and continue on about their daily lives until it hit their asses. And even after it hit their asses, they just pick up the pieces and don't learn no lessons and continue on as if nature hadn't came and destroyed your house. Nature came and wiped out your city block. And y'all ain't paying attention to what's going on. Because y'all just think, they just taught y'all that it's just nature doing what nature do. No, it's not what nature doing what nature do. It's nature trying to wake y'all up to what the fuck these archons are doing, who are in power. You see what I'm saying? The cabal and everybody. What's up, dude? It's her trying to wake you up. So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. This is what you got going on. So definitely. As long as the Emperor has the power, as y'all seen, he begins to destroy the planet. So now, what he does next? He gonna take this power and he attack Deet. You see what I'm saying? He attacked Deet and the team and the squad. Why is Deet so important? Because Deet inherited the enlightening aspects of the planet, the light, the consciousness of the planet, the soul of the planet, the soul forces that was embedded in the trees, because all the trees have life force and intelligence, right? So the light she inherited from the planet, the consciousness she inherited from the planet, she used in balance with the darkening to use their ass. But first, y'all gotta see her get the power from the planet first, right? Y'all gotta see that first. So here we go. This is her talking to the sanctuary tree. Just turn down their brightness a little bit. And we'll be good to go. So she activated. She touched the tree, and the tree did what? Gave her vision, and she absorbed the tree's power. What is the tree's power? It's the soul force of the planet. It's the soul intelligence of the dark crystal itself, which is Mother Earth's soul. So, and those trees, if you ever talk to the trees, they pissed, of course, cause they know they live in a contaminated arcanic world, just like we know we live in a contaminated arcanic world. So they like, damn, we gotta do something about this. So they reaching out to whoever they can to who's willing to listen. She said, he was like, you can talk. Yeah, I talk to anybody who's willing to listen, who has the ears to hear, that clairaudience. You see what I'm saying? The echolocation. So she reaching out to him, and it's reaching out to her, and she can hear it, and he passes on, the tree passes on the power, the light, the consciousness, the force of the planet. See what I'm saying? The force of the planet, the soul of the planet, the soul forces. So she acquires the glow. You see what I'm saying? She acquires the glow, because that energy activated her soul force inside of her, which leads to the next scene of her doing what? Tapping into what? The darkening. Because now the darkening is coming, but the darkening doesn't destroy her. Why? Or corrodes her. Why? Because she has both light and dark inside of her now. Check it out. Hold on, let me turn this down, because that shit get real bright real quick. Now, what was going on? Why Deet? Deet was an empath, as we call it on planet Earth. She was an empath. And as an empath, she had the power to do what? Listen to nature herself. Nature herself. You see what I'm saying? She even can hit a song of thrall, just like the elder. I forget her name. I think it's Agatha, something like that. But yeah, she can hear the song of thrall. You see what I'm saying? And this song, we all can hear of Mother Earth, that frequency, Mother Earth's frequency in our mind if you attune to it. and in our hearts. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you seen here with this particular scene. She had already had the planetary light inside of her due to her absorbing the energy from the sanctuary tree. See what I'm saying? So when the darkening came, she was able to absorb it and not be destroyed by it. And she absorbed it with her bare fucking hands, whereas this nigga had to use a cane because he was only fucking with just the dark side. She had a balance of both light and dark. So she unleashed that shit on their ass, and one of their asses popped. They spontaneously combusted from the forces of the darkening. You see what I'm saying? From the forces of the darkness. So what's going on here? How does this relate to us now? You know, I just wanted to set the stage here with those particular teachers, you know, because Deet was an empath, a starseed, as like all her other friends, but she was way more in tune than everybody else because Deet was willing, Deet could hear, Deet actually listened to nature. So she actually was able to tap into her powers, whereas everybody else was just pretty much warriors and they were just using their basic skills. She came with her force abilities, her psychic powers, you see what I'm saying? So now, with that being said, how does that relate to us now? You see what I'm saying? How does that relate to us now? What's going on? Well, as y'all well know, we just had the fall equinox. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? We just had the fall equinox. And so, since we just had the fall equinox, which is September 21st, that just passed a couple of days ago, the first seal was released and the white horse of conquest has begun its reign and terror across the world. The darkening process as it goes out, the darkening process has begun as it goes out as a raw, dark, destructive force to cleanse the planet. So this is the first of many purges that's starting to happen. The first seal, planet conquering all in its wake. But the chosen ones, Starseed, who have chosen to fight alongside nature and Mother Gaia / Kaya. You see what I'm saying? Just like the Na'vi in Avatar. And I have a scene with y'all for that. So now, let's go over here to Avatar, James Cameron's. Let's see here. Let's get it. It's bright. That's super bright. It's daytime, so man, I need no lighting at all for real.
Engage all hostiles.
Hold on here. There's only half the battle.
Something's coming. Got movement 200 meters. You ready? On your way.
Nature started fighting back. Nature started fighting back. The defense systems came online. The Darkening in another form. So, that was nature fighting back. And that was us starseeds fighting for the planet. That's why I showed y'all the whole thing instead of just a portion of it. You know, that was us fighting back. And nature unleashed the Darkening. And everybody came back online. The animals started attacking. That's why animals eat motherfuckers now. When they come touch them in their habitats right now. Of course, we know the weather. We already know it's fighting back. We know the diseases and everything just popping up out of nowhere, wiping these motherfuckers off the planet. Literally, these niggas is just dropping dead around here. Y'all don't even know how bad it really is. They covering it up how bad it really is. But, yeah. What's up, Sheez? What's up, Mustafa? So, yeah. It's getting really real around here. The Darkening has been unleashed. And not only has the Darkening been unleashed on the planet. Hold on, let me read this real quick. The chaotic force of the Darkening will engulf the whole planet, which will start the complete purging process, which means if you haven't been doing the shadow work, and you will, then you will be attacked from within with this energy, and it's going to literally drive you mad. So watch yourself. Stay protected and keep your vibrations high. You see what I'm saying? Keep your motherfucking vibrations high. See what I'm saying? So now, for those who did do the shadow work and who chose to fight for the planet, you're going to acquire powers. You see what I'm saying? Your powers are about to get stronger. So, the Darkening, like he said, is raw power. So that raw power, you're going to absorb a percentage of it. And it's going to make your abilities stronger as well. I'm quite sure a lot of y'all have been getting those messages long before me. Now, what's going on here? How does this work? There's a game that came out a few years ago called The Darkness. And Cuz in that game got his abilities, you know, when they tried to kill him, because, you know, he was a starseed, he just didn't know it, you know, who was just dealing with the life down here on Earth. But when they killed him and kidnapped his girlfriend, he tapped into the Darkening, or the darkness within. The Darkening is inside of you as well, the your yin aspect, or destructive aspect. What's up, Martu? your destructive aspects. So this is what you got going on. What's up, Cheryl? So this is what you got going on here with this particular technique. So now, let us continue here. Let us continue. These abilities that you have. Let's see. Let's let Cuz explain what the darkness really is. They tell you where it come from. Once again, everybody telling you where it come from. Let's get it.
It's listed as an ancient and ruthless force of chaos and destruction, jumping from one host to another, thriving on living beings so it can spread chaos. It chooses to bond with one male host at a time. Then, when that body expires, it jumps to the next generation of the same bloodline. The darkness has bonded to many hosts during its time, but it's mostly linked to the Estacado family. The current and most powerful vessel of the darkness is Jackie Estacado, who has used the darkness powers in ways that no other vessel ever has. The darkness has been around for an extremely long time. Before the beginning of the universe, the earth was formless, void, and darkness spread over the surface of existence. This was a time of ageless chaos, but God then chose to create light, and with that he made the Angelus, and the universe was created. While the darkness was the embodiment of evil, disorder, and chaos, the Angelus stood for peace, purity, and order. This would result in the two of them waging a war against each other. As they fought in their eternal war, they soon realized each one was equal in power, and neither one of them would defeat the other. So they formed a truce and consummated to create the Witchblade. It was to be the balance between the darkness and the Angelus. The Witchblade was one of 13 mystical artifacts of supernatural origins. It looks like a jewel-encrusted right-handed gauntlet. Because it holds great power, it can only be used by a worthy user. Those who are not worthy and try to use it will have their arms removed. The Witchblade would bond with a host on a symbiotic level and grant them newfound powers. They will have access to increased strength, armor, healing, reanimate the dead, and it can shoot energy blasts. Despite this truce between the darkness and the Angelus, the darkness would still search for a proper vessel to serve its purpose, and then it found mankind, God's most favored creation. The darkness would find a fertile bloodline and then enter their genes. They are to be his way of manifesting.
What does he mean by that? Why they always reference that mankind is God's most favorite creation? Now, depending on which God you're talking about. You see what I'm saying? Yaldabaoth, it is Yaldabaoth's favorite creation because he created these vessels that we're living in. And he adores the body we live in. It is Pormandra's favorite creation because we have incarnated with souls, and we are feeding him, we are feeding it intelligence, and it is learning from us from our point of view. So that's why he always said humankind is favored by God. But it's both gods, both the blind God Yaldabaoth, who favor these bodies, and the pre-existing one, Pormandres, who favors the soul. You see what I'm saying? The primordial essence. And that's what's going on here. And Pormandres and his Pluralian host know that the soul is infinite in potential and power and equal in force to it. You see what I'm saying? So this is what you got going on here. This is what you got going on. So that's why it favors the soul, whereas Yaldabaoth favors the body. Why? Because it and him and his archonic host took they directly was the ones who created this vessel. See what I'm saying? This meat bag, this suit that we living in. And they adore their creation. You see what I'm saying? Not only that, they get to feed off this host. You see what I'm saying? The electromagnetic field around you. They get to feed off that. You know, that's a meal to them. So it keeps them healthy and strong because they are celestial vampire. You see what I'm saying? Whereas we are we are sleeping gods. You see what I'm saying? And goddesses who are starting to wake up to their bullshit. But for the longest time, we've been sleeping gods and goddesses. That's one of the trials we had to go through downhill. So let's continue.
Manifesting his fury on Earth. This primordial being would make its way through history that spanned over 10,000 years, and each time it required a new body, the host would have intercourse with a human woman, passing on the darkness to the next generation, but laying dormant until that host reached its 21st birthday. The darkness despised God and all it stood for. It would later be an enemy of heaven, and so the Vatican would later send the Magdalena to assassinate the darkness, but they were either killed or defeated in the process. While the Vatican was seen by the outside world as a holy group, they had deep ambitions of dominating the world. They were aware of arcane knowledge and the existence of the supernatural, but they kept this information to themselves. The darkness powers include healing, armor, superhuman strength, the ability to fly and control demon heads. The host can also tap into a dimension to summon darklings that will do its bidding. It can also use teleportation, reanimate the dead as zombies, absorb souls, and create black holes. The personality of the darkness seems to be some kind of sociopathic creature. It feeds off Jackie's negative emotions and is very violent in nature. Since the darkness relies on remaining in the dark to gather its powers, any form of strong light will diminish its powers. Even though the host of the darkness is immortal, it can still be killed by the sun dagger. One last weakness of the darkness is if the host impregnates a woman, the spirit of the darkness will be passed into the newly conceived child. This would result in the previous host dying at the moment the new child is born. So, if you're a fan of the Darkness franchise, which side are you on? The Darkness or the Angelus? Let me know your answer in the comment section. If you want to see more videos around the lore and history of a character, then leave a like on this video and subscribe with notifications turned on. Thanks for watching.
Well, you already know what side we on. We go against y'all the bull. Automatically, they put us on the side of the darkness by default. You see what I'm saying? Let me see here.
Design of the armor, because it's a...
I don't even think I need to. They're just discussing the raw power of the darkness. I'll let y'all listen to some of it.
Hi everybody, I hope you're having a great day. In this video I'm going to be covering the Darkness. Now, he made his first appearance in Witchblade issue number 10 in November of 1996. And the current wielder of this power goes by the name of Jackie Estacado, but it is noted that the original wielder of the power was Christian Estacado. Now, the power of the darkness is an elemental force that allows those who wield it to access an otherworldly dimension and control over the countless legions of darklings that dwell there. They're given the power to create constructs and summon otherworldly beings to serve them, limited only by strong light and their imagination. The signature ability of the darkness is the creation of an invulnerable mystical armor that the host can then wear. This armor significantly augments the host's strength, speed, and endurance, making him a powerhouse and a challenge to even the most physically powerful of superhumans. Now, each wielder of the darkness has a different appearance and design of the armor because it's a reflection of the host's character. They then have a degree of extreme invulnerability and superhuman strength. Even Batman, a man in peak physical condition with a bench press that's been estimated to be at about 1,000 pounds, described the strength of the darkness armor as infinitely stronger than himself. While wearing the armor, darkness hosts become almost unstoppable, and even most superpowered beings must consider their own strength before facing an armored darkness host. The darkness has been shown to be able to lift cars with ease, bend steel, break chains, crush stone, and to send grown men flying across rooms with the slightest touch. He can also run at speeds in excess of 100 miles per hour, and his reflexes are similarly accelerated, allowing him to deflect bullets with his wrist. He's even so fast that at close distances, he can seem to appear or disappear from sight. He also has the ability to change his appearance to perfectly mimic the look and voice of others. And when going all out, he's even been shown to be able to take on the form of dragon-like creatures. Now, the darkness armor also energizes its host and allows him to remain active indefinitely without getting tired. In addition to this, the armor supplies oxygen, and so the host can then survive in outer space, underwater, or in gas-filled rooms. The darkness also has a form of healing factor and is able to heal very serious wounds and massive loss of tissue in mere seconds. Now, without listing on and on and on, the darkness has massive mystical powers. He can literally do things that defy the laws of physics and can create anything that he desires, ranging from physical constructs to actually creating sentient beings. Now, as I stated earlier, the darkness is an ancient living power, and this power dates back to before human history and even to the beginning of the universe. The darkness itself is depicted as a masculine spirit of chaos, as well as one of the two primal forces of the universe alongside its female celestial counterpart, the Angelus. The darkness was cast aside as the preeminent force of primordial creation when God allowed the light of the Angelus to pierce into chaos, igniting a cosmic war between darkness and Angelus while creation expanded and took form around them. At some point during this conflict, the darkness and Angelus agreed to a truce to prevent their mutual destruction. To ensure this truce, as well as their lasting perseverance.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I heard it already earlier. Let me see, is he saying anything that y'all hadn't heard yet?
Within the mob contributed to Franchetti becoming the most powerful Don in the city. And a former hitman for the Franchetti family.
Then they go into his story. Okay. So now let me show y'all some of the abilities of the Darkening. The Darkness. Which is like your million abilities, by the way. What's up, David? What's up, Joe? Darkness imbued bullets. How about that? There go some of the abilities. Gruesome. Just straight destructive power for the most part, right? Those of y'all militant abilities that will come online, your militant monster, your demonic forces, and your monstrous powers that y'all heard so much about that will come online due to the darkening coming online. So, especially now that we're in the lunar cycle or the lunar time of the year. So definitely you're going to start to tap into those abilities a little bit more than usual. So be looking out for that. Now, there's one other game I want to go over called Final Fantasy Lightning's Return. And it got some deep signs in there where it talk about there's been a lot of current things in these video games where they talking about the end of the world. They talking about how this chaos, this darkening is coming in and wiping shit out. So even in this game, this is just the beginning scenes of the game, and them just going in on what the fuck is really happening. So check it out.
What is up? I've been asked if I could show the intro. It's beginning. The feast of the end of time. The last revelry to say farewell. The people here know that it's almost over. Only 13 days to go. It's the chaos. Do you want to turn back?
What are you doing?
Damn, she snatched that nigga soul out of his body.
Sire, got it.
And guess who that is? Anubis.
Snow, it's been a long time. You know what I am, and you know what I want.
I can take a wild guess. You want to save? The legends are told of her coming. Banish her in darkness. Bring her a light. Redeem our souls. She come at the end of days to guide our souls to salvation. Damn you, lightning! What's it gonna be? You gonna try to kill me?
changed us, Snow and me. Once we fought desperately together against our fates. Now he's patron of a never-ending revel, presiding over a banquet at the end of the world. And I've become the savior. I'm a servant of God, sent to a world being consumed by chaos. Tell me, Snow, has ever a day passed when you haven't thought about Sarah? The girl you loved, my younger sister. How long has she been gone now? She brought us together and made us allies and friends. I can't give her back to you, but I can save your soul and free you from your long torment. It'll be my first act as savior. All right, Mr. Hopest time. Any ideas? What do I do next?
Like, come on, just call me Hope, okay? Right now, your number one priority is Snow. Don't let him get away.
There's a BNC fighting called Anubis. So it's just a tutorial. I skipped that part. There you go. She the savior. Who is these saviors? They talking about the star seeds coming to help free souls during the last days. But notice, they ain't come to stop the fucking end of the world. They just come to help free souls before the end of the world happen. Notice that there's nowhere recorded saying that these saviors are supposed to save the world. They just come to help free souls before the world ends. It's not their job to stop the world from stop the end of the world from happening. It's their job to save it from save as many souls and awaken as many souls as possible, so they can keep the spiritual balance of the planet until the end of the world happens. You see what I'm saying? We all shift over, and they do shift over. You see what I'm saying? This so-called Boonaville, they just showed you that your soul life stronger than his. And that's y'all the boy.
It belongs to humanity now. Cycle of death and rebirth. We will live.
You have to destroy God here.
We don't need God anymore.
You don't need y'all the boy. What's up, Keanu?
The living don't need a god, but the dead do. A god to protect them. A god of salvation.
We shall become that god. We will rule over the unseen realm. And from there, we will look over the cycle of death and rebirth. We will live. We will live in the shadows of death.
I won't let you! You!
Notice he said the living don't need a God, but the dead do. What does they mean by that? The living are their own gods, but the dead are souls that's just being transferred from one place to another, to other dimensions, doing different things. You see what I'm saying? Your soul going different places, doing different things. You have beings who preside over that part of the heavens and realms to help you deal with that. See what I'm saying? After all your experiences.
She is the last of us. Only she can be free. Pius has released her from the fate of the Cirrus.
Is it over? Is God really dead? He's fallen into the unseen realm. Does that mean he's destroyed? Or merely sleeping? I don't know. Maybe one day he'll return. But even if he does, it doesn't matter. We'll win again.
It's happening.
We can go.
They can shift now.
I'm going with them, Kupo.
And you did.
We'll meet again. Kupo!
All lives they live together.
It's time. The time of crystals and gods is over, vanished into a past that no longer is. Humankind will be born afresh. Ours is a new future, bright with promise. Sometimes shadows will darken our path. We shall tremble in fear before the night, but we won't be alone. We will reach out our hands, and in the warmth of another hand holding our own, we will know hope. We will survive and prosper.
Everybody transfer into a new earth, shift into a new earth.
legend from before the world was born. And it ended before you were born.
There y'all go. There y'all go. The shifting to the new earth, the darkening, the destruction, the purge, the last great purges that have to take place for the planet to move on and cleanse itself. Everybody goes through this process at some point. Everything has an expiration date. Everything has to be shifted over, moved on to a new level. You see what I'm saying? Everybody has to do this at some point on their journey. So, how do we know that this shift is taking place? I got a little solar observation for y'all. I went to the lake yesterday and I noticed that the construction workers had dug out a natural waterway system around, like it's like a little dirt path that you can walk through the forest around the lake. They literally took the time out of their day to dig out a waterway, you know, like a little tunneling system for the water to pass through or flow through, so it could be filtered out. Now, why would they do this? Now, this lake is on a mountain, so you tell me why they need to build this waterway unless they know that during the pole shift the water is going to be rising. You see what I'm saying? So the water is going to be rising. That's what they know. That's just what they know here. So this is what's happening here. This is what's happening. This is the mind blowing shit that's going on here with the darkening, with the pole shift, with everything that's happening here. It's been prophesied. It won't be stopped. It'll keep going. And this is this is the natural way of things, especially when the planet is out of balance as it is, and us coming up on a great convergence. Everything's starting to shut down. Everything's starting to shift over. Here we already vibrating on 6th and 7th dimensional frequencies right now, and we're gonna continue to go higher. By the time we get to the convergence, Mother Earth probably may be vibrating on 8th and 9th dimensional frequencies by the time we get there, because we still 3 months away. You see what I'm saying? 3 months out from it. So this system won't be able to hold these new dimensional frequencies for much longer. See what I'm saying? So this you got going on here. This you got going on. So with that being said, it pretty much ends my lecture on the darkening. You see what I'm saying? Y'all now understand what it is, why it needs to be. It's coming. It's here. And no one can stop it. So there y'all go. That's pretty much my darkening lecture. Now, I sound like people out here for me, so I'm going to have to cut this one short. I'll take questions probably my next lecture. Well, I'm Marvin Jones. Y'all put the word out. Share this with your friends. And I'm out. Peace.